Alright, what's up? Here with your stat attack. Some stuff to get to. Let's see. Start off here. Syracuse. Kicker Andre Szmyt, 27 field goals, ties an ACC single season record. Quarterback Brett Rypien for Boise State. He's the Mountain West all-time passer in yards and completions. Kicker for Oklahoma, Austin Seibert, set the Big 12 record for career scoring. Texas, Santa Monica set the Big 12 record for most consecutive passes without an interception. Nebraska scored 30 or more in 5 straight, and they've gotten 450 yards or more in 7 straight, which is a school record, which is crazy because Nebraska set all kinds of records in the 80s and 90s for offense, like national records. Let's see. Utah State, they're only the 17th team in FBS history to have 800 yards in a game. They had over 800 this weekend. Florida Atlantic running back Devin Singletary, he's 8th all-time in the rushing list with 64 rushing touchdowns. He's the first Florida Atlantic running back to get over 4,000 rushing yards. And UCF, they've won 22 straight in a row. They've scored 30 or more in 22 straight in a row. Mackenzie Milton has had at least one touchdown pass in 22 in a row. And they've forced a turnover in 28 straight games themselves. Now going to some bowls. See if who's bowl eligible or who made it this week. So some teams made it. Texas A&M, they are now bowl eligible. Temple's bowl eligible. Marshall is now bowl eligible. Stanford's bowl eligible. Nevada is bowl eligible. Cal, with the nice upset over USC, is bowl eligible. Northwestern, they won the Big Ten West division also. They're bowl eligible. Memphis is bowl eligible. Georgia Tech is bowl eligible. Pitt is bowl eligible. Iowa State is bowl eligible. Eastern Michigan is now bowl eligible. Arizona State's bowl eligible. Missouri, bowl eligible. Arkansas State, bowl eligible. Louisiana Monroe, bowl eligible. And let's go on for some possibilities who may or may not become bowl eligible. SMU, they're 5-5. They take on Memphis next week. I think they're gonna lose, so I think they will not be bowl eligible. I'm just gonna say yes or no. Tulane take on Houston. I think they lose, so I think no. Wake Forest takes on Pitt. I'm pretty sure I went with Pitt in that one, but that'll be a pretty close game. But I'm gonna say Wake Forest loses, so no, they will not. Miami, they're finally looking for the win. They're taking on Virginia Tech. I think Miami finally gets off the schneid, and I think they do get that 6th win. Baylor, they're still looking for it. They're playing TCU, who's kind of been underperforming this year, so I think they do. I think Baylor does win and get it. Texas Tech, they're taking on Kansas State, who's underperforming. I think Texas Tech does get it. Oklahoma State, they're taking on West Virginia, and this will be an upset, but I'm going to go with it. Oklahoma's this close. You know, they almost beat Oklahoma. I'm going with I'm pretty sure I went with the upset here over West Virginia. I'm just looking to make sure that I did. Yeah, so I'm going to go with Oklahoma State, so I'm going to say yes, they do. Maryland, they're taking on Ohio State. I'm going to say no, they do not. Indiana takes on Michigan. I'm going to say no, they do not. Purdue takes on Wisconsin. I think I went Wisconsin with that, so I'm going to say no. Minnesota taking on Northwestern. Northwestern did win their Big Ten division. I think they're going to go to Minnesota. I think Minnesota gets to that 6th win. Florida Atlantic, this is a bit of an upset. They're taking on North Texas. I'm going with Florida Atlantic. I think they will get it this week. BYU taking on New Mexico State. I don't think that should be a problem for BYU, so I think they will get it. Toledo takes on Kent State. Again, I don't think that will be a problem for them. I think they will get it. Hawaii's they started 61. They've lost 4 in a row, but they've taken on UNLV. UNLV's coming off a nice upset over San Diego State, but I don't think it'll be enough. I think Hawaii does get it. Arizona takes on Washington State. That's an interesting game, but I have to say no. They're not going to get it. USC takes on UCLA. I kind of have a feeling UCLA is going to win, but I picked USC, so I think USC gets it. Colorado, they're still looking for that 6th win. They started 5-0. They lost their last 5. I think they will not get it against Utah. I think Utah wins, so Colorado does not get it. South Carolina is going to get it. They play Chattanooga. They got it. Tennessee, 5-5. They play Missouri. I picked Missouri to win, so I think Tennessee will not get there. Coastal Carolina takes on Georgia Southern. This week, I think they do not get it. And then Louisiana Raging Cajuns takes on South Alabama. And so I think that they will win and get that 6th win. So let's look, a bunch of teams hit 1,000 yards rush, players hit 1,000 yards rushing. I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor, we knew hit it. Darrell Henderson, Benjamin, J.J. Taylor at Arizona hit it. Jamar Jefferson at Oregon State hit it. Devin Singletary at Florida Atlantic. I think we already knew Nico Evans in Wyoming hit it. Trevion Williams at Texas A&M hit over 1,000 yards. The quarterback for UConn, David Pindle, he's over 1,000 yards rushing. Zach Moss at Utah had already hit it. Benny Snell, Kentucky, he'd already hit it. Michael Warren, second at Cincinnati, he got over 1,000. Travis Etienne at Clemson, over 1,000. Quadri Allison at Pittsburgh, over 1,000. They might have 2, by the way, by the end of the year. Alex Barnes at Kansas State, he got over 1,000. Miles Sanders at Penn State got over 1,000. And Karan Higdon did just get over 1,000. So I'm not going to go, I used to go far out, within 427 rushing and receiving yards and say it. That, I realized, took way too long. I'll just go out to 200. If they're less than 200 or less rushing yards away, I'm going to say it. So start with Trey Harbison at Northern Illinois, 804. DeAndre Swift at Georgia, 808. Nick Fitzgerald at Mississippi State, 816. Darius Bradwell at Tulane, 829. Jordan Ellis at Virginia, 835. Darwin Thompson at Utah State, 842. Darren Hall at Pittsburgh. See, he's the other Pittsburgh, and he's got 844. So he'll probably get 1,000. He could get it in the next game. He's got 844. Trey Sermon at Oklahoma, 846. Keyshawn Vaughn at Vanderbilt, 849. Kevin Mensah at UConn, 860. That could be another one. UConn might have 2,000-yard rushers also. Their quarterback and their running back. Alexander Madison at Boise State, 870. Trey Ragas at Louisiana Lafayette, 872. Stevie Scott at Indiana, 894. Benny LeMay at Charlotte, 896. Lexington Thomas at UNLV, 897. Joshua Kell at UCLA, 899. Levante Bellamy at Western Michigan, 907. Javon McMillan, Colorado, 910. Spencer Brown at UAB, 913. Scotty Phillips at Ole Miss, 927. Justice Hill at Oklahoma State, 930. A.J. Dillon at Boston College, 936. B.J. Smith at Troy, 946. Malcolm Parrott at Navy, 951. Devon Zigbo, Nebraska, 958. Raquel Armstead Temple, 978. Jordan Cronkite at South Florida, 982. I think Cronkite gets it, Armstead gets it, Zigbo gets it, Perry gets it, Smith gets it, Dillon probably get it. Let's see, Oklahoma State's on West Virginia. Justice Hill might. Let's see, the guy's over 100. I'll say Alexander Madison at Boise State gets it as well. So the nation's leader so far whatever, kind of went back and forth between Jonathan Taylor and Darrell Henderson. Darrell Henderson is right now currently the nation's leader with 1,558 rushing yards. Devin Singletary, the Florida Atlantic running back, he leads the nation with 20 rushing touchdowns. Yes, 20. That's nothing. He had 32 last year. That's it. Gardner Minshew is leading the nation, the quarterback for Washington State, with 3,852 passing yards. De'Aaron King is leading the nation. The Houston quarterback leads the nation with 35 passing touchdowns. Andy Isabella, the wide receiver at UMass, leads the nation with 87 receptions so far. And he leads the nation with 1,479 receiving yards so far. And John Ursua at Hawaii leads the nation with 15 touchdown receptions this season. Malik Fountain, the Central Michigan linebacker, he leads the nation now with 141 total tackles. Jalen Ferguson, Louisiana Tech, he still maintains that stranglehold of number 1. He's in the nation with 12.5 sacks. Nate Harvey, he's still maintaining his stranglehold over leading the nation with 20 tackles for loss in this year. Now there's a tie for the nation's lead with interceptions. Jawan Foggy at Charlotte actually has 6 interceptions, and Hamp Cheevers at Boston College has 6 interceptions. And the nation's leader in passes defended right now is Bryce Hall at Virginia with 19 passes defended, and he leads the nation with 17 pass breakups. I'll say UCF, they've scored 30 more in 22 straight games. Florida has now scored in 382 consecutive games, which is an NCAA record that keeps going. Those are my stat attacks for the week. Peace.